Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 15 in college football. We're talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, who only takes games that I ask him to cover. A lot of times those wind up being kind of ugly games with inscrutable spreads, and this might be one of them, SMU and UConn. Joe Duffy, thanks for being back with us.
No, thank you, Peter.
All right, before we get your take on this ugly game here, just tell everyone what your website, OffshoreInsiders.com, is all about, and make it clear, because some people, still might not understand that the games that you cover in our videos are the games that I ask you to take, so they're not anywhere close to being your, the games where you have a big edge on or even a slight edge necessarily. The picks at your website that you give as premium picks, completely different story, right?
No, absolutely. The picks on my premium picks, we've been releasing them sometimes earlier in the week to beat the line moves, but it's basically as enough good information comes in on a game, I'll release the plays. They are 100% my best plays. The videos are sometimes the games that we know that people are interested in and that'll get us, the most eyes, and are often really made sometimes 48, 72 hours before most of my premium picks are made. So my premium picks, which are the ones that I actually bet, or at OffshoreInsiders.com.
All right, sounds great, Joe. Well, SMU UConn. Right now, UConn is a 12 or 12.5 point home favorite, and that's up a bit from 11. The total's 45.5 or 46. And UConn has been, one of the absolute worst teams in all of college football this year. SMU has been one of the absolute worst teams in all of college football this year. UConn not too much better, though. SMU does have one extra day of rest here. UConn 2-9 against the spread overall on the year, and SMU actually a little bit better, 3-8 against the spread overall on the year. But both these teams, horrible bets. And SMU did recently come within 10 of a couple of, Conference USA teams, and UConn certainly qualifies as that. So maybe SMU might actually be the side with value as long as they're getting double digits. But probably it's going to be a pass for me. What's your take on this game, Joe?
Yeah, no, as far as a premium pick, I don't know whether I'm going to make one on there. But yeah, at least this game is somewhat demonstrative of how, as I said, we measure a team's spread performance differently than some of the public does. A lot of people would say that, UConn is actually the worst team spread-wise because their spread record is slightly worse. But we want to measure, the accuracy of that, because if a team covers by a half a point, from a handicapping standpoint, that's not as significant as if they've covered by 20 points. So in reality, SMU, the way that we measure the ability to cover, they're the worst team in the country. They're minus 11.3 points against the spread. That's kind of like the margin of victory or margin of loss. It's just it is against the spread. So based on that, SMU is actually the worst spread team in the country. Again, both of these teams are disheartened. I know a general rule of thumb, one of the times that the public, if they're going to bet an underdog, it's a situation like this. They figure 2 lousy teams, the high percentage play is to bet the underdog. I always found from my own experience that it was the opposite, that the superior team has a rare chance to take out their frustrations on somebody. And after I ran a couple computer metrics, there's not a strong lean either way, but a slight lean towards what I said. But when you think about it, SMU, they're, playing out the schedule. They hired a new coach who's coming from outside the program. He's coming from Clemson. They're traveling 1,461 miles. The weather, and we recorded this on Tuesday, so it's a little too early to get an accurate weather report. It does look like it'll be fairly mild, but still from a team that is coming from Texas, that its temperature is supposed to be in the 40s. It's senior day for UConn, so you can kind of see how UConn has a teeny bit more to play for. And they are, the odds makers are right, they are the better team, so they have a chance to take out some frustrations on SMU. I think that's what they do. They win by at least 2 touchdowns.
All right, UConn minus 12. That line has crept up. We'll see where this one closes. Thanks so much, Joe.
All right, thank you, Peter.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.